Morning traders. So we're still using the Bill Williams theory and looking at the DAX this morning. So we ended up with a inside bar on the DAX. So as I said yesterday, this looked like an exhaustion bar, which has played out. So for me, for exhaustion bar, I'm looking for a break below this level of 11,126. Okay, so a break below that validates this pattern. And I don't think you're going to get much out of it, probably just a retest of this previous breakout. So this is the inverse head and shoulders here. Okay, so the long-term target here, I suppose long-term is relative, probably more like a medium-term target, is the 200-day EMA. So that's the target of this inverse head and shoulders. Okay. So in other words, my bias on the DAX at the moment is to the upside, but I am expecting some kind of a pullback. And the pullback is more than likely to come and test the neckline. Okay, that would be the most logical play. Anyway, let's look at the 4-hour and then we can take it from there. So yesterday we had a nothing day, and with the US being closed, to be expected. So what we're looking for here is a continuation of this down move to come and test this previous breakout. So this area here is definitely for me anyway, is a long entry with a stop below these three fractional levels here. If we just get some levels in here. So what I'm looking to do is to go long at pretty much 1100, 10994. Yeah, so around 10994, 10995, 1100, somewhere around there, possibly even the 4-hour 200 EMA. So it may even drop a little bit further just to close this gap. And that would give me a nice entry at 11,950. Okay, stop is going to be, it's a 200-point stop loss, but your risk to reward here is pretty massive. So 200-point stop loss from an entry here gives me a 700-point trade to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. So I'm looking for this head and shoulders to play out. Failure for the head and shoulders is pretty much quite far away, so it's way down here. But I'd rather use this range here as my stop area. Okay, so that's kind of my play on the DAX. I'm short and sweet at the moment. So here we have a potential cup and handle, and if I just put in a target area on this, you can see it pretty much ties up close to the area that I want to be long at. Okay, so you got a few choices. If you are going to do a short scalp on this, then I suppose, well, not quite a scalp. It's 150-point move to the downside with a 50 pip risk. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is we have this consolidation, and we have this consolidation here. So this would be my stop area, should be 11,175 roundabout would be my stop area, and then I'm looking for a short play to the downside, more than likely to come and close this gap by the looks of things. There's nothing to stop it. Now there's one or two areas. I mean, there's a little area there where it may find some buyers, but there's nothing really to stop it. It is a fairly hard fall for the move that we had on Friday. Anyway, let's not try to put logic to it. That's pretty much what I'm looking for. So a break below 11,125 is going to give me the confidence that we're moving down to this gap close. Okay, a break above 11,171, then I would expect the top gap to close, and I'm not 100% sure that we would get anything more. Okay, well, that's kind of my view on this at the moment. So it's very much looking like a bit of consolidation before we move to the upside. You can see the 4 hour was grouped to the upside. We are pulling back nicely as well. So I want to see a second move down. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. I think I'm going to be waiting down here for a long, and that is going to be a 700 point long. Okay, and the minute it gets going on the first pullback, I'll be able to move my stop to entry, which will reduce my risk. Okay, so yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Let's just have a quick look on Bollinger Bands. Nothing really there. And you can see on the hour we've broken below the 20 and we're starting to move to the downside. And the half hour has a squeeze. Okay, so with the squeeze in play, pretty much something's going to happen either to the up or the down. My bias is definitely to the downside at the moment. But obviously we need to break this level here. So if we break 11,130 is the area we need to break. Okay, if we do break to the upside, so in other words we take out these fractals to the upside, then you have this potential little inverse head and shoulders to the upside, which brings us the top. Bring us that area into play, and then further up would be gap close. Okay, I think that's pretty much the play we need to watch for, is just to see what happens with this this consolidation break, whether it's the downside or it's the upside. As I said, my longer term, my preferred trade is long, but I want to be down here off the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. Okay, so I'm looking for a long round about 11,962. If that doesn't play out, then we'll have to watch what price action does on the lower time frame. So for me, it'll be the 12, or for you, those that are playing the 15 minute time frame, just to see what price action is giving us there, and then look for an entry there. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm looking for. We've had 2 weeks of consolidation, then a breakout. So I would expect us to pull back to come and test this breakout. And that is a fairly decent trade setup anyway. Okay, so yeah, that's me on the DAX this morning. Don't think there's anything else we can point out here. Well, I think there on the 12 minute is pretty much, you can see what I mean by potential inverse head and shoulders here. So these are your two levels you need to watch for. So break above 11,161, you're looking for upside. Break below 11,128, you're looking for downside. Okay, there we go. Keep those stops tight, and if we do get down to this level of 10,950, that's well worth a trade to the upside. And I mean, your risk is minimal, because you're looking at this bottom of this consolidation area as your stop loss. Okay, so it's pretty much a 100-point stop loss, but for a pretty massive reward. Anyway, guys, that's me for today. Hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.